Hey, ladies.
Hey, ladies.
Welcome to the No Expiration Date podcast, the podcast for women 50 and better who are ready to shake things up, try new things, and live life on their terms.
We're your hosts, Cindy and Anne Marie, two women who know that life after 50 is just getting started.
Whether you're reinventing yourself, chasing a dream, or just looking for real talk and good laughs, you're in the right place.
We'll cover everything from career pivots to wellness, relationships, and embracing this bold, beautiful season of life with confidence.
So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's chat because the best is yet to come.
Welcome to our first couch talk. Today's episode is close to the heart. We're diving into something many of us don't talk about enough. What happens when your career slows down, your kids grow up, and you finally have time to ask, who am I now? If you've ever felt like you're standing on the edge of a new beginning, excited, scared, and unsure all at once, this conversation is for you. Let's take a breath and step into reinvention together. So, who am I now? I mean, I've always just been in the Air Force, or I've just been a civil service employee, or I've always just been a mom. And then when my daughter moved out, I'm an empty nester. I quit my job to become an entrepreneur. And that's something that I've always wanted to do because I've always had a side hustle, but I've always been scared to take that full time because I loved having that guaranteed paycheck, that security. So,
Absolutely. As a single parent, you need that.
yeah, and
So,
medical,
yeah.
it's so scary to give all that up. So right now I am a business owner and I took that leap of faith to become a full-time entrepreneur and it's really exciting and I have so much support from my friends and my daughter who is always encouraging and it's just something I've always dreamt of doing just to be a full-time business owner with nothing else going on.
Yes, you are. You're like I've always said, you're like one of the most motivated women I've ever met. Like when you put down it on pen and paper, like you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it.
Aw,
So, and I'm so happy that you've become successful in this new journey in your life.
thanks. And for those of you who do not know, I'm a full-time mobile and online notary.
And
And
believe it or not, she's killing it. I would never have thought a notary could be so successful as this, but she is killing it.
nobody does.
I
When
know.
I go to a lot of networking events, when I tell them I'm a notary, they just stare at me like they're waiting for me to say something else, like a notary and what? Like, no, that's it. That's literally all I do. And I love it. Like, I really love what I do. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you meet so many people doing that.
I have.
You're like all over.
Oh,
All over.
even accidentally driving 2 hours to Uvalde,
Yeah,
tears flowing down my face.
it's at night. I
Hey, what about
I
you?
mean, I'm pretty much the same. My whole life, outside of my career and a parent, I mean, I've been a parent since I was young. I've said that before. I was 18 when I became a mother, and my son is 19 now. So it's like finally I'm getting out and like figuring it out who I am. Like I don't like I really am trying to figure that out. And I know now that I'm retired from the military, I've been retired almost 2 years now. I've been kind of just dabbling in things. I got into running, which I've talked about before. I run a lot.
And
Yeah.
she's not kidding. When she says she's not just running, like she's running marathons, like
Yeah.
every couple times a month, it feels like.
Well, it's right. And I started the jewelry thing, making jewelry, beaded jewelry as like a fundraiser initially for uh, running for the ovarian cancer research. And then it just boomed into me doing markets. So I enjoy doing that now. What else do I have going on? We started this podcast for one. We just kind of was like, yeah, let's do it. And, and here we are.
I love
So
that you came up with this. Like, I think about it all the time. I'm like, "God, why haven't we done this sooner?" It's
I
just so much
know
fun.
it is. So, but outside of being a parent and my career, I'm still like figuring it out. Like it's a journey, trying to figure this out because not only I'm newly single as well, and that's a whole nother thing too. It's like, rah, it's just me. It's just me. And it's not scary. It's just peaceful.
It is
It's
peaceful.
very peaceful.
Oh, it's so much peace. Like, just waking up whenever you want and doing whatever you want.
There's in as as far as putting things on hold while I raise kids and build a career, I mean, it's just nice to finally breathe and travel for sure.
Yes, that's definitely something because not only did I not have the time as a parent or enough leave, I didn't have the money.
Right.
I just wasn't financially able to do everything I needed to do and pay all the bills and travel. So that's definitely huge things that I wanna go everywhere, and it's hard to just pick a place, but
I mean,
that's
it's just fun doing our hiking trips, like,
yeah.
on the weekend, "Hey, let's go see a new park because we are trying to see all the Texas state parks, and, I mean, just being able to do that, like, just so much fun.
Yes, I remember when we first started and we're going to every Sunday. We're doing something every Sunday, whether it's like a little mini triathlon or a hiking trip. But Sundays were the days that I looked forward to most. Like
Yeah,
I could not wait for our Sunday adventure.
I know, we'd go for a bike ride, we'd do something.
Yeah,
It was fun.
it
It was a
was.
lot of
And
fun.
get back into swimming.
We do have to get back into swimming, but I shouldn't say it was fun, it is fun
It is
because
fun.
we are continuing to do that. I mean, it's been a little break now that we've have other things going on, but we still can go when we want, and that's nice.
It is. I was going to jump back to where you were talking about you're still trying to figure things out, but I hear you talking about things like brainstorming ideas, and I know one day one of those is going to hit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I know, like, your brain is working to try to figure out what is it now? Like, my full-time thing well, I know you don't wanna work full-time, but, like,
yeah,
what is gonna be my full-time passion, I guess you could say.
yeah.
And I feel like one day something's gonna hit, and you're gonna be like, "This is it. This is what I'm gonna do."
It will. I'm sure it will. I mean, now that I kinda have the flexibility to dabble in things, I mean, it will. I'm up for anything.
See? That's why we do everything we want.
Right. Oh,
What about passions? Any passions you've put on the back burner?
as far as wanting to learn something new, I do wanna learn something new. I mean, I did download what was it? Rosetta Stone on accident. I do wanna learn a language. Since we are going to Greece in the fall, I would like to start learning Greek a little bit instead of just Yasu, which is hello, you know? That's all I know so far. And like learning, I really want to learn an instrument, whether it's piano or guitar, something like that.
I'm
Even
with
thought about
you.
singing after
Do
just
it, dude.
after watching Wicked. I'm like, popular.
I took singing lessons and they were actually a lot of fun. And the only reason why I stopped is just because he's in Alamo Ranch.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, I moved, sold the house or whatever, moved out of there. But I'll send you I still have the recordings of our lessons.
Really?
It's so much fun. I sucked though. I love singing.
Yeah, I always thought I could on my own in the car by myself.
I do. I have a whole concert in the car.
I,
I also want to learn piano, and I have one. It's my
yes.
childhood piano that I brought from my parents' home, and it's just sitting there all tuned up, waiting for me to start. I just need to put that on my calendar,
Yeah, just
make it
pull it up
happen.
on your iPad, some
Yeah,
lessons, and just start learning the keys. I think once you learn the keys and how to read, then you can pretty much play anything.
I think so
It's
too.
reading the music is what is probably most challenging.
I have my little piano lesson books from when I was like 8 here.
You
Like I have them. I'm just gonna whip through those.
could probably play Mary Had a Little Lamb,
I'm sure Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the same keys.
That's true.
So, how do you move toward purpose now without pressure?
I love my life now that I have no timeline. Like, I just like, when I'm starting the notary,
Mhm.
this new notary website I'm doing, selling notary supplies, there's no I can just do it whenever I want. There's no, I have to have it done by this time, or even with my day-to-day activities, we just get up and work out when we feel like it. It's not because, oh, I have to hurry up and I have to start working at 6:30 on Lackland. It's just I love having my own schedule and not being pressured or on everybody else's schedule.
Yeah. I do not miss driving to work in rush hour traffic, and I'm sorry for everyone out there that has to deal with that, but all I can say is put on a good podcast that you're listening to right now. Learn something while you're driving into work.
Yeah, learn a language.
Yeah, I was just I don't miss that commute. I don't miss the traffic. So, more power to all of you out there. But I do, as far as moving towards purpose without the pressure, because, I think we all need a little pressure to keep moving and doing things. But, we're on our own terms now, but I do believe it's important for us to continue setting goals
Oh, yeah, for sure. I
for
think so
sure.
too.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of gives us purpose in life is meeting those goals and doing that kind of stuff. So, but it is nice to not have the pressure to do that. Like we are on our own timeline to get it done. So, and that part of it is very, very nice.
I want to definitely establish a more definite goal for fitness and not just going to the gym on Monday because it's leg day. I mean, I know I'm working towards health and longevity
Right.
and just being healthy, especially at this age. But I want to kind of write down a specific goal, maybe buy a dress and say, I want to get in that dress by our Greece trip or something. Like I
Yeah.
want a specific goal. So that way I can have something to work towards because I do fall off. I don't have the same motivation I did 20 years ago.
I can't believe when we were interviewing Monica Brandt and she said that she keeps her clothes. She hasn't bought
I love it.
clothes. She's still fitting in her clothes from 20 years ago. That's amazing.
I wish I had something to try on, but I know my leg wouldn't get in it. That
Amazing.
was cool.
Yeah. So, but passion is powerful. I think everyone needs to find their passion and, do that. Just do it. Like, don't be afraid. Don't let doubt sit in. It's just, you got to do it. Find that passion and keep moving forward.
I think so. I think it's easier to when you fall in love with something or when you find something you really want to do and it's a true passion and not just something you're doing because you need to do it, it's different.
Yeah.
It feels different.
Yeah.
So let's talk about mindset.
Mindset. Yeah.
So how can we shift from what if I fail to what if this is exactly what I'm meant to do? Like how do you get over that fear of failure?
That is scary. Um, I don't think I would have ever stepped into doing this without you. I believe that having this friendship and this partnership is what gave me the confidence to go forward with it. I'm not quite as confident as you are in starting this jumping ship from a job and saying, I'm going to do this. I kind of was forced out of my job, so I had to figure it out. But I believe what you said before is once I find that thing that I'm going to run with it and I'll find it. I I am dabbling in things, like, I just write down things and trying to figure out what it is that I love. Um,
I can't wait. I cannot wait until you find that. I'm
yes.
gonna piggyback off of what you said. The podcast I would not do just by myself. And it makes it more fun with you and just we're kind of on the same we have the same ideas about what our lives should look like right now or we're kind of on the same journey at the same time. We're both
Yeah.
single, we're both midlife, like we both enjoy fitness, we
Our
both enjoy being outside, so it's easy
Yeah, and our
to do
kids
this
are
with you.
older,
Yeah.
living their lives.
Our kids forgot about us. Shout out to the kids.
Yeah, hey.
Call your mom.
Yes.
But I think sometimes I try not to think about the failure aspect of anything, especially when I'm starting a business. I just think like you have to think this is going to be successful.
Right.
You can't go into it being scared of failing. You just have to be like when I'm doing this notary. I'm sorry, I'm talking about notary a lot, but it's just because it's what I'm doing right now. I know I'm always trying to think of an opportunity, regardless of what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of an opportunity to have another stream of income. And with the notary world, there's like a lot of people doing the same thing. But I'm the queen of kits, you know.
You are the queen of kids.
And when I mean by kits is when someone's launching into hobby or business or something, I want to have a website with a kit where they can just go to one place and buy everything they need and they're ready to go.
Right.
And that's what I saw was available to me as a internet entrepreneur. I jumped on it, and part of me was kind of straddling the fence because, like, do I want to spend all that money?
Right.
Do I want to be tied down to a website again? But I just felt like the opportunity was too big to pass up. And the whole thing is like, you're never going to know how successful you can be if you don't try to do it.
Yeah. It's all about mindset and confidence.
Yeah, definitely confidence.
Yes. So, I guess we'll get into like with clarity and courage in your back pocket, it's time to take action. So don't be afraid, ladies out there. If you're listening, Anne Marie is a perfect example of mindset and confidence.
So I like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. Like you can just like dabble in it and figure it out. And if it doesn't feel good, pull back. Just try.
Right. Yeah. Keep doing something. You got to keep doing something.
Yes.
Try everything. Just try it. Just try everything. And I know a lot of people are like, where do I start? And I think that this podcast is a good example of, taking small, starting off. Like we just kind of had an idea and we just wrote it down and we figured out what we needed. And next thing I know, there was equipment in our little corner office. Emery had already cleared it out of furniture, and we were at IKEA the next weekend buying stuff for it. So I'm lucky in all this that I have her.
I'm lucky that I have your friendship. You know how much I love you.
I love you too.
But the fact that we just do it together and neither one of us is like,
We don't
probably not a good
we
idea.
don't question one another. We're
We
just
we just go for it.
okay, yeah. Yeah, we need that. That would be perfect. Okay, let's buy Ned the octopus to put in the office. No?
We'll have to post them on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yeah. Well, make sure you all see him. That he's a cute little octopus we got from IKEA. He's Ned. He's our mascot.
I know when you're taking practical steps to doing anything new, often you're like, where do I start? Where are my resources? What's my support system?
Right. Um, I think we have an abundance of information out there.
We do.
It's not like we're starting a business back before the internet, and the internet has everything. You could Google, how do I start this? And the next thing you know, there's a book or there's a whole chat GPT about it.
I just have to ask, did you name your chat GPT? My chat GPT's name is Henry.
I guess I should name him.
I talked to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, such an amazing idea. Thanks. And he responds to me. That's a whole other
AI
segment.
is, yeah, insane. So, but as far as, resources and habits, support systems, and everything to help stay grounded, is finding a good friend and finding a good friend to support you along the way. The one that's going to be honest and the one that's, not afraid to hurt your feelings
Yeah.
when something is not right. When you show up to their house a little early and they stare at you like, why are you at my house? Don't take it personal.
Was that yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, she just needed a couple minutes to chill. I'm like, "I'm not rushing you, I'm just here because 'cause I'm early everywhere." But I don't take it personal. I just like, "Okay, just right here. Be quiet."
It is important to have people supporting you. And I noticed that even with your friends, like when you post about the podcast on your social media, like Facebook, there's so many people supporting you. And then when we went to your jewelry, what was her name? I can't remember.
Kelly?
Kelly, yeah,
Yeah.
she was just like, "Oh my god, listen to it, and I loved it." And I was just like, "That is amazing to have that support
Yeah.
and to have someone who actually is listening and not just saying, 'Oh, I'll check it out,' without any intention of actually doing it."
Yeah, there's a lot of people that said they're excited for us and they're ready to listen, and, I mean, all of our friends are at same age as us,
Yeah.
and they wanna know what our guests have to say, what we have to say. And I hope that everyone can walk away with something, you know, if you are afraid to take steps to finding yourself, don't be afraid. Just find that person that's going to encourage you. That's your friend,
Yep. Because you have to remember that when you reinvent yourself, it's never done alone.
right?
You have so many people in your corner, or you can be like me and just meet random strangers for dinner.
Yeah, like building a community at this stage of life. Anne Marie is an expert. Like she's a part of every what boss babes,
Babe support babes,
babes,
couple chambers. I have NABO, like the Women Business Owners Group. Like, I just want to be everywhere and meet everyone. Well,
right?
that is really how you build a
It
community.
is.
And also, I would have to say Babe Support Babes is really one of the best networking groups. I mean, everybody cares without a doubt, but they truly want to see you succeed. And I love that. And just having that network behind you where they just truly, if there's anything they can do to help, they're going to do it.
That's
And
great.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you do have to find support.
Yes.
Have you ever had trouble making new friendships or anything? Because it's different when you're in your 50s.
It is. I have always it's crazy because, I worked public affairs and my job was community relations and meeting people, and I was always reaching out to people, but it was from a job perspective. It wasn't really personal, and I do find it hard. I mean, I'm in my running group and everyone there. I have that support system, and, I have the little market support system of people that do markets and stuff, but, like, the thing you sent me about time left and you go meet random strangers for dinner one night, that's very hard for me. I think it would be great once I got there, but I have this little anxiety in my belly like, "Oh gosh, who am I gonna be sitting with? Am I gonna relate to these people?" I wanna go and not have any type of pressure of somebody hitting on me or something like that. Like, I don't know what to expect, and maybe I just have to go there and just see what it's about.
You do.
And, I mean, everyone should have the courage to do that. I have no problem with going somewhere alone.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I'll go somewhere alone and have dinner by myself. I'll go hiking alone. I'll do anything alone. But when I have to go and meet strangers to do it, it's a totally different situation.
I did have a weird experience where one guy just kept breaking out into a Scottish accent randomly the whole night. It's like, why? But, I mean, it's always fun just meeting new people. The first time I did it, everybody was super cool.
Yeah.
And then the second time was a little bit weird, and I plan on doing it again. I'm actually looking forward to it because it's just something different, like
Yeah.
something fun. And I know I talked about this in another networking group, and the lady said, "Well, I guess you just don't wanna be eating dinner alone all the time." I'm like, "That's not what it's about. It's not
No, it's
about
about
not
meeting
being alone.
people.
It's about new experiences."
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting new people. Like, to me, I'm down for that. Doesn't matter what it is. And, I don't like crafts, but if somebody said, "Hey, let's go to this pottery group," I'd be like, "Let's go."
Right. Yeah, I'll go to a craft, like, little class anytime by myself.
Would you
It's
ever go?
everyone with similar interests.
That's true.
So I have no fear of doing something like that where I'm in an environment of people like-minded.
Would
So,
you go to a craft camp that's, like, 5 days long and
ye
you're just doing
yeah.
crafts
Oh
all
my
day?
god, I wish they had that. Yeah.
Maybe that should
Maybe I can just start a craft camp.
for adults.
Yeah. Or, what is it? Um, rock camp or whatever they had. What was that thing called?
For music?
For music camp for adults. Learn how to play instruments.
That would be fun.
That would
That would be cool.
that's
'Cause you
so
can just set everything aside and focus on that and
yeah,
not have all your other everyday.
yeah. All I ever had learned how to play was the recorder.
Play the recorder too. And I played that instrument that looks like an accordion, but it has those little keys on the side.
Oh,
Zzz.
oh, no, it's
It's a
like a
weird name.
ukulele, not a ukulele, that's a guitar.
And it was so heavy, and I'll
Yeah,
Google it while we're talking.
accordion. Like
Yeah,
an
an accordion. That's what
accordion,
it
okay,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I played an accordion, not long at all.
That's a weird instrument.
Yes, I know, but I'm weird. Of course, I play piano, and I think I would have stuck with the piano if we didn't move overseas. Really enjoyed piano, and my piano teacher, Mrs. Moore Marco, I'll never forget her. I would go home with her after school, and she would always give me cheese and cracker snacks, and that was the best part of piano lesson. And then my mom would pick me up from there after. But she was just an amazing teacher. She was so patient, and I think that's why I enjoyed piano so much, just because it was such a good experience with her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mrs. Moore Marco.
Was she your favorite teacher growing up?
Oh no, I had Mr. Wolf when I was in 7th grade. He was just such a good teacher, and he was my English teacher. I learned so much in his class, and it was just his positive vibe. Like, you could tell he loved teaching.
Yeah.
He was so amazing. What about you?
I remember my 7th and 8th grade science teachers the most, Mr. Foster and Mr. Gavin. I remember them the most. I think they just made science fun,
Yeah.
and I remember them a lot. I still, like, not track, but keep in touch with Mr. Gavin on Facebook,
Oh, cool.
so he's still on there. Mr. Foster, I'm not sure about where he is, but that's the class I watched the Challenger blow up in. It was
Oh my
just
god.
like, yeah, I know we were all watching it on the little tube TV, and next thing I know, it's like, oh, yeah,
I had one teacher, it was in college though, and I was taking philosophy, which already is like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah."
yeah.
But she was just so monotone, and you just wanted to fall asleep. It was just such a dry class, and you had to learn everything on your own because I just could not. Like, she just put I blacked out whenever I was in her classes. She's like, "Today we're gonna be talking about the psychology." No, what psychology was.
Physiology.
No,
Physiology.
I already forgot. Memory problems.
Philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy.
We're in
Today
our
we're gonna
50s.
be
You
talking
can't.
about philosophy. Please open your books to page 22. This is so bad.
Oh my goodness.
And then we got in trouble because everybody would show up to get attendance, and at the break, nobody would come back, and she would tell us, "You guys have to come back to get credit for the whole class." I'm like, "Oh, man." But we all felt the same way.
What do you want for this next chapter of your life? What do you want to feel like?
I love where I'm at right now, and because it's, like, pure happiness and freedom
Yeah.
and peace. I just have so much peace in my life, um, and really, it just took a long time to get here because, of course, when you are a mom, my daughter wasn't the problem. It was this hectic schedule, it was work, it was just having to be everywhere on everyone's timeline, and then my last relationship, um, I felt like I was always just forgetting my happiness to try to make him happy,
Mhm.
and I was never putting myself first,
Yeah.
and that's not a way to live, and
Right.
especially when you're the only one doing that. So, now that I'm single and I'm just doing whatever I want, I love this life, and I'm not sure I wanna ever change it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess dating would be a whole 'nother couch talk.
For sure.
I'm definitely not in that phase of my life yet since I'm still new to being by myself, but I do wanna get where you are to where I can figure things out and get rolling, and, like, I wanna be in a good place. Right now, everything kinda feels I still, am renting a house, and I have to find a house, so I'm, like, moving it's like starting over. Right now, I'm
Yeah,
just kind of starting over in life, and I definitely wanna get to the point where I'm just happy and at peace, and I can start, figuring out what my next chapter is gonna look like. This year is kinda crazy with everything happening, and then we're traveling
a lot.
a lot, which is great because it's taken my mind off everything else.
Yes.
So, I think part of my like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not recovery, but
Transition?
dealing with things and everything that I'm dealing with is just it's keeping my mind busy between the travel, the running, the podcast. It's keeping my mind busy, but I think eventually, like, maybe hopefully by this time next year, I can slow down and really, like, reflect and figure out where I wanna go from here. So that's where I wanna be, at least within the next year.
Yeah. That help keeping your mind busy helps.
It does.
And that's the way I deal with anything whenever I have
Yeah.
I don't wanna say trauma, but whenever I'm dealing with something hard, like when I lost my parents, like, I couldn't think about it. I
Yeah.
was just like, "Oh, no, I have to do like, I have to travel, I have to go here, I have to go there, I have to go" like, I couldn't think about it. And even now, I try not to think about it
Yeah.
'cause it's just so hard, like, it's just hard it's hard dealing with life,
Mm.
and so I just, like, do stuff to
Yeah.
not deal with it.
It was crazy because in therapy the other day, we got talking and she's like, "I noticed something here. You've had a lot of loss in your life." She's like, "We're gonna pick that up next session." I'm like, "Oh, man, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be rough.
rough."
When is it? We're gonna have to get dinner or something
Oh, it's
after.
right before I go on that my trip up to Arkansas, so it's perfect. Like,
I'm
I'm like,
excited to hear about that trip. It sounds like so much fun.
"Yes, I can't wait to go."
We gotta do one together.
Yes. If it's nice up there, we'll have to go to that one again together.
When I was looking at going to Costa Rica, they had some that were straight, like, on the beach, of course, and then just yoga all day, meditation, like, I
Nice.
wanna go on one of those trips.
She does one in Peru as well.
No.
I know.
When?
I'd have to look, but she does a Peru retreat as well.
I'm going. Are you going with me?
Yeah, maybe next year we can do that too.
Yay. Okay, so let's move. We're
Oh,
getting
I know.
sidetracked.
We are, but I'm just saying we're talking about the next chapter of our life, so
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I wanna continue how I feel now. Like, I want to and then, of course, it's easier with you or the friendships, and it's just easier to have this because you know bring you only bring pure happiness to my life. Like, you're not the type of friend who is always needing something, like, "Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?" Like, when we're together, it's just fun.
yeah.
So, you really I wanna continue our friendship and
Of course. You're
grow.
not getting rid of me.
No, I know that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this stage of our life when because we've never been single at the same time,
Never.
and now we both have, like, neither one of us well, I'm still working, but we don't have, like, full-time careers
Right.
or our children are out of the house. It's a whole different phase of our friendship. So I like this. And you
Yeah.
get
Just
crazy Marcy in it.
you know, I just like when I was invited to that crawfish thing. I'm like, "Plus one? That's my plus one. She's coming with me.
Yeah.
Can I bring a plus one? That's her."
Pretty soon, when you see me, you're gonna see Cindy.
Yes. And I'm short and she's tall, so I'm her shadow. I
So, what is one bold step you're willing to take towards the life you want? If
think I think I've taken that.
Yeah, I think so too. For sure, 100%.
I
That's
think
like the biggest step you can take.
I think e going on my own is the biggest, boldest step I've could have taken, and it was hard. It was a hard, hard, hard choice to make, but I believe it was necessary for mind, body, and soul to do that.
I'm so proud of you when you did that because I know, like, just throughout the years, especially the last year, it's just kind of been on your mind, but you're too good of a person. Like, I think you felt more for him than thinking about your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, how would you leaving make him feel
Yeah, I did
instead of
I
how
did.
leaving would make your life peaceful?
Yeah, and, he stuck with me through cancer, but I couldn't continue to think of that as a reason to stay. Um, it or the kids. We had a blended family, no children together, but still, I was with his kids since they were little toddlers,
Yeah.
and I still text them. So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
I'm
Eh
sure they appreciate that.
yeah. So, it was hard. I think overall, it was better for both of us in the long
Yeah.
run. It really was. Whether he feels that way and sometimes I'm just like, "What more was I thinking?" It is. It's much better for both of us. So, yes, that was definitely a bold step. What about you?
Quitting my job
Yes, that was a
to start my business, that was scary, and I thought about it for so long, and I just got to the point where I just either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it, you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah,
at some point, you just have to take the leap, and that was really that changed just because my job is so miserable,
yeah.
and now I just know to
When you
reduce
went through that management change, it was time to go.
Oh, I know. I miss shout out to Carrie. I miss you so much. But yeah, that was my big leap and it worked out. And I'm just
Just think of the leap we took leaving active duty. We made that choice together to just leave and join the Guard, and we're like, "What are we doing? I don't know. Let's start tanning people."
$1,000 each.
We've made some risky decisions in our lives, but we've always stuck together through it all. It's like, what are we doing? But
But it all worked out.
it is,
I never when I went into the Air National Guard, I didn't know about AGR positions.
which is active Guard and reserve. It's like being a
Right.
full-time military person,
And I took off a stripe. I went
right?
from E6 to E5, and I thought I was gonna die as an E5, E5 for
Oh, we were
life.
85 for life, both of us.
And then when I found out about AGR, I was like, "God, sometimes God looks out for you." Monica
Yes.
Branch.
Yeah. When I got selected, because I was in that whole transition, like figuring out what I was going to do too. And I knew that my tour was going to end with the job I was at. And then I got a phone call saying, you were selected for your commission. And I was like, thank you, Dad. You're like my guardian angel. Like I knew that was my dad.
Yeah.
Like, like every time something feels like it's going to fall apart, something comes along and says, no, you're not done yet. And yeah, some real guardian angels out there.
I believe in that 100%.
Yeah.
I do. It's just like I don't wanna say force of nature, but you know what I mean? Like,
It's the
their
universe
spirit.
talking to
Yes.
us. It's the
Yes,
universe.
and helping us be successful.
Yes. So, I guess if today's episode reminded you of anything, let it be this: you are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow, and you are never too old, too late, too far gone to become more than ever before. Reinvention doesn't always come with a clear map, but it does come with deep wisdom, fresh curiosity, and a whole lot of courage. Thank you for spending time with us today on the No Expiration Date podcast for our first couch talk. I hope this resonates with you. I'd love for you to share it with somebody else who might be standing at their own crossroads. Until next time, keep showing up, keep dreaming big, and remember, the best chapters are still being written. Stay bold and beautiful.
Signing off.
The No Expiration Date podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are our own and do not constitute professional advice. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we make no guarantees regarding the completeness, reliability, or accuracy of any content. This podcast should not be considered a substitute for professional guidance in any area, including legal, financial, business matters. Any actions taken based upon the information presented are at your own risk. Listener discretion is advised, and all content is shared in good faith for entertainment and informational purposes only.